New Jersey, 1922. A respected Episcopal priest and his secret lover, a married choir singer from his own church, are found murdered in a quiet field, their bodies arranged like a romantic scene under a crabapple tree, with passionate love letters torn and scattered all around them. This is the infamous Hall Mills murder case, one of the most sensational and still unsolved crimes in American history. Reverend Edward Hall was 41, married to a wealthy older woman named Frances, but for years he'd been carrying on a very public affair with Eleanor Mills, a 34-year-old soprano in his choir. Eleanor was married too, with 2 kids. Their love letters were steamy, full of plans for a future together. Everyone in New Brunswick seemed to know, except maybe Frances. On the night of September 14th, 1922, Edward and Eleanor slipped away for one of their secret meetings. 2 days later, a couple out walking discovered their bodies in a lover's lane just outside town. Edward had been shot once in the head. Eleanor had been shot 3 times, and her throat was cut so deeply it was almost decapitated. The scene was straight out of a nightmare. Their bodies were posed side by side, his arm around her hand on his leg. Love letters from Eleanor to Edward were ripped up and scattered everywhere. His calling card was carefully placed at his feet. His hat covered his face. And the murder weapon? Never found. At first, the investigation was a mess. 2 counties argued over who was in charge, curiosity seekers trampled the scene, and souvenirs were taken. No arrests. The case went cold. Then, 4 years later, in 1926, the media went wild again. Frances Hall and her 2 brothers, Henry, a retired marksman, and the eccentric Willie, plus a cousin, were suddenly indicted for murder. The motive? Jealous rage over the humiliating affair. The trial became a national circus. Reporters from all over the country packed the courtroom. The star witness was a local pig farmer everyone called the Pig Woman, Jane Gibson. From her hospital bed, she told a dramatic story of seeing the murders happen, hearing a woman scream, "Don't!" and "Henry!" But the defense tore her testimony apart. Her story kept changing, and the jury didn't buy it. After one of the most watched trials of the era, the jury came back with not guilty in just a few hours. Frances and her brothers walked free. The cousins' charges were dropped. And that was it. No one else was ever charged. To this day, more than a century later, we still don't know who killed Reverend Hall and Eleanor Mills. Was it the jealous wife protecting her social standing? One of the brothers carrying out the revenge? Or someone else entirely who got away with the perfect crime? I'd love to know what you think. Drop your theory in the comments. Do you believe the family did it, or was someone else involved?